In the town of Ravenwood, where the fog clung to the ground like the whispers of forgotten souls, there lived a young woman named Eliza. She was known for her beauty and kindness, but she also harbored a sorrow that few could comprehend. Her fiancé, Samuel, had vanished a year ago under mysterious circumstances, leaving her heart broken and her life draped in shadow. Every night, Eliza would light a candle in her window, hoping against all hope that Samuel would find his way back to her. The townsfolk said she was mad, consumed by a love that had long since perished. Still, she clung to the memories, to the promises they had made under the moonlit sky. On a particularly cold and dreary night, as the wind howled through the trees and the rain pounded against the windows, Eliza heard a faint knock at her door. Her heart pounded in her chest as she approached, her hand trembling as it reached for the doorknob. When she opened the door, she found Samuel standing there, drenched and gaunt, with eyes that seemed to pierce through her very soul. He didn't speak, but his eyes held a sorrow and a love that was unmistakable. Eliza, overwhelmed with emotion, threw her arms around him, the coldness of his skin sending shivers down her spine. She pulled him inside, closing the door against the storm. As the night wore on, they spoke of their lost time, the fire crackling in the hearth casting eerie shadows on the walls. Samuel's voice was soft, almost a whisper, as he recounted his tale of being lost in the woods, only to be guided back by a force he couldn't comprehend. Eliza didn't care how he had found his way back. She was just grateful he had. In the days that followed, the townsfolk were shocked to see Samuel alive. They greeted him with a mixture of joy and fear, for something about him seemed different, otherworldly. Eliza, however, was blind to their concerns, wrapped up in her happiness. But as the weeks went by, strange occurrences began to plague their home. Eliza would wake to find Samuel staring at her, his eyes vacant, his skin colder than ice. Objects moved on their own, and whispers filled the air at night. One evening, while sorting through Samuel's belongings, Eliza found a journal, its pages filled with frantic writing. Samuel had documented his time in the woods, detailing encounters with malevolent spirits and a sinister pact he had made to return. Eliza's blood ran cold as she read about the price he had paid, a price that demanded a soul. Realization dawned on her, and she turned to find Samuel standing in the doorway, his eyes now fully consumed by darkness. "I'm sorry, Eliza," he whispered, his voice no longer his own. "I had to come back. I couldn't leave you." Tears streamed down her face as she understood what he had become. Their love had defied death, but at a cost that had damned them both. The house was found empty the next day, the couple vanished without a trace.